It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Dallas. Return starts from the 16. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State fourth-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Another carry for him. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Aleem McNeil in on the tackle. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Prescott now on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is not a good omen at all. You spend so much time, Kate, on the first 15 plays, and that first play, you've rehearsed it in your head over and over as a quarterback, as an offensive line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Goff. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
On comes Jack Fox to handle the fourth down punt for the Lions. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That just misses the 50 mark, gets a 49-yard punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Prescott here from the gun. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Third down, 1 yard to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Less than a yard needed here on fourth. Dak off the play fake. He connects downfield on 4. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys go up 6-0 here in the first. George Pickens the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Craig Reynolds to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Detroit getting its offense set for their second drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Off play action, Goff. He put everything he had into this one. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Goff back to throw. He has it at the 5. And in for the Detroit touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. The return starts at the 18. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
You know, the defenses in the league today, they have to be so reactive. They have to be so twitchy. But this was a good job by that front. Yeah, they reacted initially, but then they showed the burst, the quickness, the pursuit defensively to limit that counter gain to less than...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. Deep for the Lions, Khalif Raymond. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Lions will go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Williams coming in motion right. First down throw from Goff. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Looking to throw, Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, Goff. He finds Laporta. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Throwing is gone. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They have second down behind the sticks. Trying again following the sack. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
The Lions readying for the punt. Cavante Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Cowboys offense headed out there. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Throw complete to Lamb. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the pistol, Prescott. And a man is there to knock that away.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He beams one deep right side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Khalif Raymond set to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
They send the tight end in motion. Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Goff setting to throw. This one to Williams out left side. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Receiver in motion, going left. Throwing again, it's Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Goff to the air now. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 3rd and short.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 14. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Cowboys about set to take over. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up third and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Third and long, Prescott. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for George Pickens that time. And now they're staring at fourth and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Brian Anger on now to punt. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. The offense headed out now for Detroit. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Lions with a chance to add to their lead. Offense to the line for second down. Now gone. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On first down, it's Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Goff on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Finds Laporta. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal try. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Khalif Raymond to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun, Goff. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Goff on 3rd. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
They're out now, ready to punt it. Jack Fox will kick it away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's going to be a punt of 46 yards. And it'll be their football. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. 2nd half starts with a run by Williams. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Short side option here. He's running left. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Hits him on the out route. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun is Prescott. Finds his back complete. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Here's 2nd and 5. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Dak throwing again. Cut near the goal line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Another throw for Prescott. And he will score. It's a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys throw 6 points onto their score. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys take the lead on that successful kick. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's Raymond on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. This is complete to Gibbs. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And that gives the Lions the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First down throw from Goff. Throw complete to Williams. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Williams coming in motion right. From the 44 here on 2nd down. It's taken in by Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Off play action, Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell, sell, sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. Catch is made down the right sideline. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. So it'll be second down.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
To throw again here, 2nd and 10, it's Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Patrick going to motion over left. Throwing again, it's Goff. Patrick with the catch. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Has it down close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing it again here. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Montgomery has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
So now, here's 3rd and goal. They'll run, it's Gibbs. And he's not gonna reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Only a gain of 2 and maybe a goal line stand here. It's 4th and goal. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. It's a chip shot, this one straight ahead. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 16. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Dak. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Second down now, 7 to go. Dak now from the gun. Ferguson's got it, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now Dak to throw. It's caught, Ferguson. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Off the play fake, it's Prescott. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on first is Prescott. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. Short throw, tipped. Oh, but he's still got it. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
That is so difficult to do with so much traffic. You're going to see the short pass gets tipped, and you really don't have much time other than to just react and make the catch. Exactly what he does.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Looking for George Pickens that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Reynolds with a return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Lions are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be... Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. He finds Laporta. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the 30 on second down. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and that gives the Lions the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Goff on first and 10. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Into the hands of Gibbs. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. From the gun, Goff. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Goff to the air now. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw it. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. An important attempt coming up here for Jake Bates. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. That one is good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Now outruns their offense to take over. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. He'll look to throw it. He's on the move. He can run it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Cowboys have to get moving here. Clock's still running. Throw complete to Lamb. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 6 coming up here. Straight ahead with Williams. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout, their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Third and 4 coming up now. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. That throw finds Pickens. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's 1st down. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. One final shot here. Laporta with the grab. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker. So it's a win for the Cowboys. And it took everybody at the end. First to set up that field goal, and then for him to go out and win it with that accurate kick. It wasn't a dominating win by any means, partner, but a great show of resiliency to fight back and steal it away. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.